Last night I watched the Denver Nuggets beat the Blazers pretty handedly. I put out a tweet around the third quarter basically saying that Nikola Jokic was one of the greatest talents I have ever seen play live and that we need to appreciate his ability while he's still healthy and in the league. Jokic last night recorded a 36-point triple-double on nearly perfect efficient shooting. He shot 13 for 14 from the field. He only missed one three-pointer, and that was his only miss the entire night. If you've been a viewer of this channel for a long time, you know that I always tell you guys, if Nikola Jokic is playing and the Denver Nuggets are on and you have some time, you should at least tune into 5 minutes, because every single time he's on the floor, he's truly putting on a masterclass. Jokic is what I would call a basketball savant, and I don't say that lightly. I always used to say it's ridiculously impressive the things that a guy like Kevin Durant does at his size and his height, being 7 feet tall and becoming the Slim Reaper. You know, he maneuvers like a guard, he puts the ball on the floor, he can stretch the floor, he creates for his teammates, doing all these wonderful things at such a tall, towering height. But I don't think in all my years of viewing the games or looking back at old film and old past games and old game footage, I don't think I've ever seen anything or someone quite like Nikola Jokic. At 7 feet tall and the third heaviest player in the league, Jokic can pass arguably better than anyone in the NBA. He's without a doubt the greatest passing big man of all time, but he may be coming for the greatest passer of all time. He's not just passing the ball at a great rate, but his moves are always on time, they're calculated, and his passes are always thrown with such precision. It's very rare that you see a turnover on Jokic's part. Maybe his teammates aren't moving fast enough, and I know it's funny to blame other people for your mistakes, but it's true. Nikola Jokic rarely turns the ball over in a method that it's his fault. And what's more impressive is that most nights he's throwing these passes behind his back or over his head to people that he can't even see. He just has such a great feel for the game. It just looks so natural, like everything is slowed down when he's holding the ball. I know that it's super obvious, but I can't even name you a team I think that's more based around one player. If you guys watched this Blazers game last night, it was a perfect example. Every minute that Nikola Jokic was on the floor, the offense and team was just ran completely through him. It's like he's the true center and focal point of this roster. In recent memory, I've seen teams like the 2017-2018 Rockets when Chris Paul was injured, and they ran things through James Harden. I've seen the 2018 Cavaliers ran through LeBron James, the 2019 Raptors in the playoffs through Kawhi Leonard. None of them come even remarkably or remotely close to what Nikola Jokic does for this Nuggets squad. He brings the ball up, he creates offense, whether he's directing traffic or setting screens or moving off the ball or calling out plays, making the right pass, backing someone down, taking hook shots. It doesn't matter. Nikola Jokic does it all. Even on the glass, for his size and weight, he's super active on offense and defensive boards. And when he gets those defensive boards, he can turn his head and in the flick of his wrist throw the ball the full lengths of the court and just deliver it to an Aaron Gordon or a KCP or whoever's willing to get out and running. Truly remarkable. And to reiterate, I've never seen anything like it. It's like a slow guard who's just unstoppable. Kind of reminds me of Luka Doncic, honestly. Even if you know what he's going to do next or what he wants to do, you just can't stop him. And while we're on the topic of Luka, just because they're international players, I feel like they get compared a lot because international talents, they see the game much differently. You see a guy like Luka where the entire Mavericks team runs through him, but he's just so inefficient and he has a pretty bad morale. And I don't mean to bash on Luka if he does not have nearly the supporting cast that Jokic does, but I would say while Luka makes his teammates a little bit better, Nikola Jokic makes his teammates immensely better. Like I said, even if you know what he's going to do next, you just can't stop him. I was watching Chauncey Billups last night just look insanely stressed out on the bench while talking to Jeremy Grant in the timeouts. Like, how the hell are we going to stop this madman? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Chauncey, and all other 28 coaches in the NBA. Shout out Mike Malone. Obviously, you don't have to worry about stopping him, but there's nothing you can do to stop him. I mean, even if we take a look at the advanced stats this year, he's shooting nearly 70% true shooting splits, and he leads the NBA in offensive ratings at 132 37.4. And as you guys can see here, his defensive rating is getting better every single year, which is great from a slow big man. He's still active on the boards, like I said, and blocking, and he's been averaging a steal and a half a night this year. Aside from him dominating the advanced stats, here's a look at his regular ones. They're mesmerizing in themselves. He's 0.2, not 2, 0.2 assists away from currently averaging a triple-double as a 7-footer. Like, I don't think you guys understand how remarkable this is. This season, he's averaging 25, 11, and nearly 10 assists a night on, like I said, 70%, about 70% true shooting. We'll round up for the boy. This should just be illegal. I don't think you guys realize how impressive this is. Here's a list of people that were close to averaging a triple-double in recent years. The only person who's even remotely similar to size and weight to Nikola Jokic on this list is Ben Simmons, and he wasn't even nearly as close to averaging one, and his production was nowhere near as high on that Sixers team. This season, Jokic could legitimately make history. I mean, I made an entire video on this before the season started, talking about how Jokic could win his third MVP in 3 years, becoming the first to do so since Larry Bird did on the Celtics in the 80s. I have truly never seen a talent like Nikola Jokic in all my life of watching the game, which has been a little over a decade now, and I've watched a lot of basketball from the Bill Russell era and the Wilt era, you know, when they were bashing, and then you go to the Bird and Magic era, and Jordan comes into the picture, and then the early 2000s, you know, you have the Spurs dynasty starting, and you see Kobe Bryant and Shaq starting, and they start the decade out with a three-peat. Like, I've watched so many different teams and so many different players, and it just means so much to me that I'm blessed enough every single day or every couple days to have the opportunity to watch this man get on the court and play basketball. It's awesome. Like, I know my viewers got a soft spot for these international ballers. Anytime I talk about Alperen Sengun or Nikola Jokic or Luka Doncic or Franz Wagner, you guys always are showing your love for them in the comments below. So I have to ask, do you guys think Nikola Jokic can win his third MVP? Have you been watching Nuggets game this season? And if no, why the hell not? Let me know in the comments below. As always, guys, I appreciate the support recently. It's been so awesome to just see this channel grow, not only as me as a person, as a commentator and a lover of the game, but I just love to watch your guys' comments, and I love to see you guys starting conversation and agreeing respectfully with each other's takes. It really means the world and brings the biggest smile to my face. I just appreciate each and every single one of you so much. I know it sounds cliche, guys, but I really do. And if you made it this far, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys stay blessed and happy and healthy. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.